tower. Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Alright, I am back. Here we go. Stretch you, Jared. Harmless, the heck you talking about? I'm not crusty old. You're crusty old. Hey, Strack. Getting bullied in my own chat again. Here for a good time, not a long time. That. What is this? A one-night stand? What kind of relationship we running here, Strack? Well, I gotta redeem the stretch, so starting out, no. No, I chose the wrong. No, that's fine. I'll launch the game soon. Alright, arms out. Slowly above head. Stretch all the way back. You have martial arts class as per usual. Do you have them every Monday, or is it like every night? Ugh. All the way forward. Oh. Still can't reach my toes. All the way to the left. Every Monday and Thursday. Ugh. What kind of martial arts are you taking, by the way? I never asked, and I meant to. All the way right. Oh, there we go. Some good stretches. took wrestling way, way long ago, but I never got into actually any martial arts. And then I remember there was a coworker I had that kept trying to get me into jiu-jitsu, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Oh, you teach taekwondo and study jiu-jitsu. Huh. From my understanding, jiu-jitsu is pretty popular. Where is my game? There's my game. So wait, is Monday the night that you teach taekwondo or study jiu-jitsu? Now to think about it, there used to be a martial arts studio not very far from my house, but the owner got into a lot of legal troubles, and by legal troubles I mean troubles with the IRS and embezzling large amounts of money that he got from parents to teach their kids martial arts. And he had like made up his own style of martial arts, which it wasn't really all that great, I'm just gonna say that. And, he was just mostly like ripping parents off and then embezzling the money. So that was kind of cool to find out about. A lot of people were really pissed about that. You teach on Mondays. Okay. Well, don't punish your kids or your students too hard. Unless they deserve it, in which case punish them. Because they deserve it. So, you know, just gonna say that. So I did test it a little bit. I didn't get the chance to test it more as much as I wanted to. But, so I do have items. Got a lot of weapons. Got a lot of armor. But I was able to go back to the lagoon thanks to you fixing the save. So hopefully, I'll be able to finish this out tonight and then finish my review. That being said, I have written most of it. I just kind of like to see the end of what you have for the game before I actually post it. But I actually have the review for the most part written. And honestly, if that one thing was the issue, then I don't see too big of a hit, because like you said, it was an oversight and you corrected it. That being said, I did have one question. Where's my review? So the combat is it ATB or is it turn-based? Because when you get into combat, you have the bar that fills up to make it tell you when your turn is, but then in the top left you have turn-based, where it's like, oh, this turn's coming up and this is the order that it's going to be in. And there's actual, like, legitimate reason why I'm trying to find out about that, because there is essentially kind of a system concern, I guess is the best way I could put it. ATB, the turn counter in the corner is more of a prediction rather than a hard setting. I would probably remove it then, because ATB on its own can be affected in various ways. and there's things that could make it go faster, things that could make it go lower, and then having to put in a prediction thing seems like it's possibly drawing more away from the game as far as how to best put it. So I want you to think back to Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII, they had the ATB system in those to where you could cast haste on yourself, or have slow, or stop, cast it on you, and it would affect how fast your ATB charged for you to go somewhere. But then you had Final Fantasy X, which was turn-based, but certain actions changed how the turns worked, to where you could do a move that would increase how frequently you go in the turns, or set another target back a few turns, such as knock them further down the turn order. While the if thing is supposed to be more of a prediction, hey Moogle, I feel like showing that to the players might give the impression of the ATB doesn't matter as much. So it's more of to clarify also to the players, and also kind of save on processing power for your game, to where instead of trying to predict who's actually going to go next, it's better just to focus on the ATB and have that be the main teller as to when someone is going to be going. So that was my concern in regards to that. Did I want to change this? Because the Javelin is level 9, but it's been doing pretty good. The other items are not needed. That being said, while you figure that out, how's everyone else's day going? It's Monday, the start of another week. More of this bullshit that we call life, and everyone's daily jobs. I, for one, have always the fun job of unfucking someone else's mess. Needle ribbing of thorns. Evasion goes way down. They get way more health, HP, and resistance. Bamoogle, I hope the day's going well for you as well. Appreciate you coming on by. Alright, so last I played, Jagged Lagoon. Work on my game, hint received. Oh, no, I get it. I just find it funny that every now and then I see you and I'm like, Moogle, where's my damn game? It just means that I really enjoyed what you have, and I want to see more of it. The same with Strax's game Thrall here. I want more of it. I feel like it's doing very well. Alright, here we are. Let's look around and see if we can find Raphael. Wait, looks like someone's coming to meet us. Friend or foe? Raphael! It's me, Damien. Don't you recognize me? Damien, son of a bitch, it's good to see you. You picked a hell of a good time to show up. I could look at removing the turn display. It was intended to give players an idea who will move first, or who's likely to attack next. Yeah, and like I said, it could accidentally add to confusion, but if it distracts from gameplay, I can get rid of it. When it shows up in the next combat, I'll try and outline it better, so that way I can formulate how I feel about it. And it is more of a thing that it might give the wrong idea as to who's actually supposed to go next, especially if someone starts speeding through their turns with just like attacking because they're trying to save their skills for a cooldown. So that might cause it to, on a weaker system, might cause it to not update properly. See, all of this is the same, because last time we played, I got to the second wave and then died, and because I loaded up a save to try and go back, that's what fucked it up, I'm guessing. I can't remember. But, hopefully, I don't die this time, and I can actually get through. Wait too long, Damien. You should know, if we lose this beach, we lose everything. Bounties in nearly every holding. We don't have the means to rebuild. You don't stand a chance against them. You know that. You can't run away. Not again. It cost me too much last time. If you're concerned, then help us. I'm staying. You two should get away from here while you can. Don't be foolish, Damien. We're with you. Exactly. You're not staying here alone. Well, I guess that then. We're gonna burn. We all burn together. What do you need from us, Raph? I got a little group if you got yourself mixed up now. Whatever. We'll talk about it later. Come with me. Ew. Check this dock. Yep, we're gonna... I remember the first wave went on for a bit, and it was a tough fight. And then when the Corsairs came, which was the second wave, I got fucked. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get through. Because I wanted to go and see about survivors last. Though, I might have to do that first. Or before this, depending. I don't remember if any of you give me anything. I don't think any of you do. Let's see, everyone's healed, everyone's got items. I got a couple of bombs. Some revives, a couple of healing items. If I remember correctly, I should be able to open up with a couple of bombs. Captain, your mustache looks silly. Fight me. Everyone ready? Let's hold them off as best as we can. Yeah, see how it updates on the side? And all of them went before he went, even though he was in spot 1? That's what I mean. They're all going before Lionel goes. And then Lionel goes. That's also the lag I'd mentioned in the previous Steam that I'd noticed. It's not that the game is actually lagging, it's more of if you go too quickly, the whole thing slows down. Maiko, no! Push them below decks, but they're just regrouping. Another wave is coming. No, more than his lost layer. Come with me. I have something for you. I think it's actually caused by the status ailments taking a second to update. Look to that as well. That's also possible. But, like I said, the main thing is that, you know, Lionel was in slot 1. He was supposed to go next according to that, but he wasn't going next at all. So, oh, ad is incoming, I think, within the next 30 seconds to a minute. Because Twitch doesn't tell me things accurately. We're not in the water yet. Have fun when you're done. Oh, thanks for the money. I don't need money. That's right, I need to turn this back down a little bit. There's an ad break. Let the ads play. Alright, it says ads are ending, so everyone should be back in just a few moments. But yeah, ads are done? Okay, perfect. But yeah, like I said, that's the main concern, is that it can cause a bit of confusion, or it's not updating properly in that instance. Celsius Forever is good. I think I've heard of that one before. Celsius Forever. Is it on itch? I think the one I'm thinking of is in Portuguese. By the way, for everyone who's watching, this is what we're playing at the moment. It is Thrall by Strack Blue, or just Strack, who is being very kind and being here while he can, before it is time for them to teach karate, or not karate, taekwondo. So I have, that's weapon swap speed, I don't need that. Killing a enemy with a weapon skill flavor throws will most while it's standing instead of killing it. Reduce the time of that's pretty good. That's going to be useful. And then totally fair. I'll look into improving or fixing the system. For now, I got to get going. Well, Strack, I appreciate you, and I hope enjoy the rest of the demo as well. Like I said, once I am done with this tonight, as far as the stream goes, I will write my review or finish writing it and post it up. And of course, I'll make sure to send a copy of it to you as well, so that way you have it, and hopefully it will help you in getting your game pushed along and finished. Inspire you and not cause you to be sad or something. I've had that happen before too. First was just their advanced party. So the Corsairs are next. They won't go down easily. That's what she said. Ready to take them on? Sure. Okay, last time the Corsairs kicked my ass. This time, I'm gonna kick their ass. Yep. Haha. Let's use that overdrive ability. Come on. Come on, use your ability already, Lionel. Wait, why didn't you use shield? Oh, the stun. Come on. Come on, Lionel, use your ability. Ah, of course, you died before you could use it. When you play it, even though it's Portuguese, it's very well done. Well, hopefully, it's well enough to where I can play it even though I can't read Portuguese. Or they have it in a way that I can essentially play it in English. Hey, Garrett. So let's see. As always with this, when you die, you lose all of your items. So I gotta go purchase some more. Come here, Jafar. Walk through walls. 20% cures all status. Don't need that. I need it. Oh, that's right. I have no gold either. Well, first question. Can I go back? Work and lurk. Seems like a super frustrating mechanic. It is a bit of a frustrating mechanic, but at the same time, I understand the reason why it's done. The idea of like losing all of your stuff versus going back to a previous save. I like it on the random dungeons because it feels more like you've been pushed out of the dungeon, especially since they're like procedurally generated dungeons. But as far as this kind of encounter or this kind of story point where it's not a dungeon but rather a defense of an area, I agree that it probably would be better to game over and just like load up from a previous save versus just losing all of your stuff and having to do it again, especially considering there's no change in the dialogue from the looks of it. But there's a lot of other mechanics in here that are, in a way, it feels kind of like, how to put it, kind of interesting in the sense of like old Diablo games where your gear is randomized, and if you died, you lost all the stuff in your inventory, but you kept all your gear. I think it makes sense in a story, but don't think it makes sense in a story battle because you're just going to need to refight. Right. So you're at a disadvantage on the next fight. Yeah. So Let's see if I can fight them again without any stuff. Which probably is going to be the answer is no, purely because of just how difficult the Corsairs are. And I got through the first batch by hitting them with a couple of bombs. I might just go and challenge the other map, essentially. Yeah, the whole theme of it is kind of like you're always going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. And you're essentially fighting against that disadvantage. There's a very badly designed old sRGP that can potentially soft lock yourself like this. Item spent is not returned if you retry a lost battle. Right. And that's something I've already noted down also in my review for this. I forgot to mention that to Strack, but it is there that you can technically soft lock yourself in the sense that instead of progressing, I have to go back and regrind all of the materials and money that I could have possibly had in order to hope that I can be able to purchase items that I need in order to fight against this once again. Had to essentially speedrun it. Oof. The fact that enemies have items and can use stun locks, interrupts, and limit breaks makes it feasible to just get RNG down to then cascade into an unwinnable state. Yes. Because I like to point out, you're supposed to kill a certain number of these pirates before they essentially stop, and then you fight the Corsairs. But, yeah. So, if I close the game right now, I don't refresh it, I just full close it, relaunch it, it should allow me to load back to here. Instead of breaking down that equipment, I'm going to sell. Oh, wait, nope, first. Oh, that's right. It auto-saves. So, it auto-saved when I lost. So, Metastrats, we gaming. Okay, so got a couple healing items. Store all 134 gold that I got. Keep in mind, hold on. Keeping in mind, I don't mind item loss, gold loss per se. It just feels like an odd thing to toss into this particular ecosystem. Right. And like I said, it makes sense for the random dungeons or the procedurally generated dungeons such as the Lear Forest or the Bloodstone Mine. But for Jagged Lagoon, it doesn't feel like it should, because it feels less like you were forced out of the dungeon and more of, no, you got your asses kicked and you died on the beach. So, start from the last save. Let's go to Elliston and try and look for survivors, because I guess either I'm not properly prepared or level enough to go to the Jagged Lagoon. So let's see if going here is any better. Elliston. Wait, you're from Elliston. I thought you were just from some small town. It's a major holding, and you're telling me it's been overrun? I've been here in years. It's already a big city when I left, but it's grown a lot since then. Can't fathom how it was taken. It's a bigger move than I expected. These vampires aren't messing around. Let's look for survivors. Don't leave any stone unturned. There must be someone left. It can't all be overrun. We'll be thorough, but we should also go prepared. If a city this big has been taken, we're not just dealing with a couple of new bloods and some thralls. It's likely a couple of masters around. Hate to admit it, but you're right. What do you remember about masters from our last encounter with them? Fair bit, but keep in mind, we barely escaped that time. New bloods are enough of a challenge as is. They have only been vampires for less than the duration of a normal human lifespan. Even still, they shouldn't be underestimated. They're babies as far as vampires go, but new bloods are faster and stronger than humans, and just as cunning. They'll be using the best weapons they can find, they'll know how to use them well. They regenerate from small wounds easily and trick us by turning into bats. Plus, new bloods can create thralls to use as shields and fodder. They rarely fight solo. Masters? What makes them so much more deadly? Masters are vampires that have been around for 50 years or more. They've got all the strength of new bloods, plus more. For starters, they can create more than just thralls. They can create more new bloods as well. If they feed within a day, they can't be killed unless you cut their head off or burn them to ash. They'll just regenerate from anything less than that. And maybe, and most importantly, they can command minions. If there are masters here, we'll be fighting more than just vampires. We're fighting the forces of hell as well. Goblins, imps, maybe even ogres, God forbid. We need to tread lightly. Damn. Looks like we'll be harder than we thought. Tread lightly, everyone. Remember the basics. Fire and dismember it, those are the key. Those are my friends, my family. Remember? It's my hometown. We won't be just fighting faceless beasts. We'll be slaughtering the people I grew up with. Sorry, Mel. You shouldn't have to do this. If you want to wait with the horse, you can. We'll be fine. You're soft, Lionel. It's an endearing trait, but it clouds your judgment sometimes. You shouldn't be taking chances with your survival. Need to set aside my emotions for this. I can feel them later, but for now, we have people to save. Progression loss as punishment is MMO stuff. It's never good. And oh wow, even this place is randomized. And like I mentioned, as far as progression loss in general goes, in some aspects it makes sense, but it should never feel like you have lost a lot, or that to get back to where you were is going to take essentially a long time. A minor progressive loss, as far as like 1 or 2 steps, is better than a football field by a long shot. I wonder... Oh, wait, no. I saw the hole, so yeah. This area has been procedurally generated as well. Especially when the game sucker punches you with stuff. Yes. Ah. I think the main thing is that the whole getting everything interrupted is bad enough as it is. Because, it's pretty annoying. It's like, hey, I need Lionel to use his shield skill, and he ain't doing it. And it could be because he's paralyzed, or it could be because, something about the ATB / turn-based thing just isn't updating properly. And it's hard to tell which one's doing it. But then to lose everything to where you pretty much have to go somewhere else for a bit, start over, or build up supplies again, that can kill the progression too much. And I remember saying this also with Auroras and other games. If it feels like the flow of the game has been hampered or slowed too much in order to do grinding of any kind, because let's face it, a little bit of grinding is fine, but too much grinding, that can make someone put down the game and not pick it back up. Nope, ads are incoming. Probably then in 5 seconds. Well, it said ads were starting, so maybe because the thing I have doesn't show an ad. That's what I mean. Twitch is so aggravating sometimes. Let's see. Okay, so it says everyone should be back from ads. Should be. Also, speaking of ads and their permanent annoyance, fucking YouTube ads. Anyone else get aggravated with those things? Whoa. New Bloods. I thought there were bats. Suddenly, they were not bats. But no, what was I going to say? Oh, cool. Now I'm instant deleting them. Which I don't know if I want, because I do like the fact that it cuts out some of the grinding, but at the same time, there was a setting that I could turn that off on. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. Ads are a symptom of people getting used to free stuff. Just got to keep up at Block Game. I agree that, ads are a symptom of wanting free stuff. I mean, they already harvest our data. I mean, ads is what we get because of that. But I've fussed at YouTube multiple times. And again, today being no exception. Of if they would fix their ad system, less people would be using ad blockers. For example, I use Adobe products. Primarily, I use Adobe Photoshop. I use it regularly, almost 2 to 3 times a week, essentially. And unfortunately, because I use it 2 to 3 times a week, I have to put up with Adobe ads almost every day. And no matter how much I tell YouTube and their stupid ad system that I don't want to see Adobe ads because I use Adobe products, thus I don't need to know about Adobe products, it keeps showing me the fucking Adobe ads. And what's worse, if I say, hey YouTube, block this one particular ad for whatever this is, I will then get all of the variations of the same damn ad. To where it's like, oh, you didn't like the minute and 30 one of this, product that doesn't really apply to you because you don't use it. How do you feel about the 2-minute version of the ad? No, I don't want it. What about the minute-long version of the ad? No, I don't want it. I don't even want the 15-second version. If they were all 15 seconds, I'd have no problem with them. And that's another thing. If you made an actual limit as to how long your ads could be, to where they are not, one, egregiously long, because I've seen some that were like an hour-long ads, which is stupid. But also, two, if you made it to where they weren't so frickin' aggravating all the damn time, people wouldn't use ad blocks. I've seen it ad like in a year and a half. Ugh. I'll be honest, I have an ad blocker. I use it. And honestly, the only time I turn it off is when I go to someone's stream. That's it. That is the only time I turn off my ad block. The rest of the time, nah, that shit stays on. Don't like spicy tacos? How about a spicy burrito instead? It's almost the same damn thing. No. And again, like, if it was a product that I was legitimately interested in or would be useful to me, I wouldn't be as angry with it. And again, if it was a short ad, I wouldn't be as angry with it. But I use Adobe products. I don't need to know what Adobe Creative Cloud is wanting to do with its new feature of shoehorning its weird AI into everything, because I don't use AI, and I don't like the Creative Cloud in general. So, no, fuck off with your shit. Leave me to my lovely, lovely notepads that I use to save everything. And you think I'm joking, but no, I use Notepad for a lot of things, ranging from, oh hey, I'm taking notes on a stream, oh hey, I'm writing a quick note for something. The fact that I could just open Notepad and jot it down, save it, and not have to think about it ever again until I need it is wonderful. So like a lot of cloud programs that they try and force on you, I don't use because it doesn't apply to me. I don't need it. Have you guys ever written a 200-page document in Notepad? Because I have. Is it a little excessive? Yes. But at the same time, it keeps me from using other programs that I don't want to use. Damn it, Mel. Why do you gotta die? Oh, that's because I was hitting the Ice Imp instead of the Pale Imp. You shit. Oh, old game facts guides? Yes. One of the only AI things I support is Notebook LM because it's ChatGPT, but it only pulls from sources you put in yourself, like Google Docs you add or things you make. Then you can have it make summaries, generate an AI podcast on it, etc. It helped me with clarifying my writing and think about how I write a lot. See, there's good and proper uses for AI, and then there's other fuck shit. Using AI to help you improve your writing to where it is more coherent and essentially flows better, that's good. Using AI to skip out on hiring someone to, write briefly for you, that's bad. Using AI to help, find any faults with your code, that's good. Using AI to write all of your code, that's bad. Yeah, it's a weird balancing act. And trust me, I get it. It's not perfect for anybody. I'm gonna wait a second. Shockroot. Fire Cherry. Yeah, let's go for it. So that's more about having the podcast features, discuss my writing and seeing where I've been confusing or seeing connections I might have intended, etc. Yes, like I said, there's good uses for it, and then there's bad uses for it. Like I said, if you're using it to essentially, help refine what you've already been working on, that's fine. That's good. I'm about to die again because all this fuck shit. But yeah, as I've always said, there's good uses for AI and there's bad uses for AI. The fact that people just essentially, instead of reaching out to community members to help them with their projects or speaking with other human beings in general, and they just use AI to do everything instead, that's bad. Oh, I found a golden key. Too bad I'm probably going to die soon, so I never get to use it. The music is haunting, though, so I'll definitely give it that. Okay, it's down there. I found a buckler! See, there's the next hole in the ground. Dang it. Well, at least it's one Thrall. Deal with you a lot easier than 10 of them. What do I rate this game so far? I'm still a little miffed about the whole, controls. To be honest, doesn't have actual controller support. So, to break it fully down, the game is very interesting in a lot of aspects. Never mind the story in general is actually very interesting to me. The combat and it being that weird mix of an ATB and turn-based, where Strack has, saw what I've got my concerns about and how it's not being properly reflective of who's actually going to go next and in what turn order. So he's going to see about correcting that, which is cool beans. But if that wasn't changed, it was left as is, one of the other main concerns I have is the skill cooldowns are very unforgiving. Equipments are randomized, not unforgivingly. You are essentially guaranteed to get one weapon of each type within, a few chests or battles or so on. So, case in point, Lionel here. He is good with swords. His whole skill tree for Lionel is essentially swords or clubs. So, swords or clubs, swords or clubs, swords or clubs, all of them. So, if you never get a sword or a club, you're fucked. But he has put in what he calls essentially a pity system, where you are guaranteed to get a sword or a club. It just might not be what you need. But the fact is, hey, level 1 skill, aura, duration 15 turns, but you don't get it used again for 20 turns. Which means, if I use it to fight someone, and I kill them, cool, I still don't get the skill back fully until 20 turns are over. That means either in this combat, the next combat, or the combat after. So you really have to be careful of how you use your skills. And that's part of the reason why I haven't been using them a lot, is because I don't like using them in the sense that I might need them in the next combat. Because if I use them all, then I don't have them for the next combat. The skill trees are very interesting. The fact that the characters each have their own unique skill trees and they have their own builds that they're actually pretty good with. There's a lot of positives and negatives going on at the same time. But overall, even if everything was fixed and it was like, say, just the weird ATB and turn-based mixed and the skill cooldowns being so unforgiving, at the moment, it's a pretty solid 4 out of 5 in my opinion, because a lot of this other stuff is very well done. The dungeons that are actual dungeons are procedurally generated, and they don't look like they don't make sense. They look like an actual town that's laid out or something like that. The combat, while a little unforgiving, is not so unforgiving that... Ah, damn it, I was trying to avoid fighting. It's not so... Yeah, see, I used this, some time ago, and I still got 7 turns going for it. Much prefer games that make individual fights harder, but refresh HP MP cooldowns between fights. Yeah. And again, I totally get that, but... I don't know. Like I said, there is a lovely mix of... There is good parts to it, and then there is parts where it's like, you probably shouldn't do that. Like, if I turn the auto kill back on, and I run into that goblin, it's probably going to automatically kill him. And I don't have to fight him, so I don't use any resources fighting him. But I also don't get any experience points for killing him. So I don't get any resources or anything positive from, just running into him and, defeating him that way. Dang it. Yeah, they're worth so little EXP, but at the same time, a little bit it's worth, or it's better than none. Especially considering I heal a bit if my guy levels up. Can I? No, I can't use... Yeah. But yeah. Shock and seize. Actually, I don't need you, and I don't need you. So I'll salvage you. Ha 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 ha. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man, motherfuckers. Oh. But yeah, thankfully the cooldowns get better as you get more skill points. And see, now it's a 16 cooldown. And there's also some equipment that you can get that like decreases the amount of cooldown. But it's still, oh hey, you're not going to have this skill for quite a while. Hope you don't need it in the next combat. Better next time, fucko. Let's see. On the bright side, this little town, even though it's procedurally generated, is very nicely done in the sense that it doesn't feel like... Ooh, a new sword. That's a stick. It's a level 13 stick, guys. Just scrap it. Nothing better. What's this? Higher crit, higher damage and dex, but lower accuracy. Okay, maybe. At the same time, like, I don't want to just automatically run to the next level because there might be stuff here that I could use. Like that shock root. It's useful because it's a healing item. Oop. Ads are coming in, everybody. If you have got one, you got one. Oof. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Ow. Ow. Leave him alone. Haha. I was going to say, Bird Bunch, isn't your game much more focused on getting good, essentially? Much more skill-based. No, I shouldn't have done this. Yeah, we get good in my games. Oh, that sucks. Oh, yeah. This sucks majorly. I can do this. I can do this. There we go. Oh, I don't feel like that was worth. Do not feel like that was worth. Alston Cathedral. Do you think we'll find anyone inside? It's hard to say. This place is holy ground. If anyone was going to take refuge in the city, it would be here, but they wouldn't be safe for long. Nothing else would buy them some time. I'm not sure I understand. Why does holy ground make a difference? For vampires, it's sort of like being outside in the winter. Prepared, there's no reason you can't be there, but it's uncomfortable and best avoided. I don't mind cold weather. It's never kept me away from anything before. True, but you're used to uncomfortable situations. Some people are deterred by circumstances that other people don't care about. Vampires are the same way. Exactly. New bloods will most likely be naturally deterred from entering this place, but a master wouldn't be stopped. Of course, thralls wouldn't care, as long as they're ordered to. So we just have to hope the master hasn't been through here yet. Can only hope. The city used to be so lively. It's surreal to see it so pale and dead. I pray that someone else has survived. Find someone, Mel. Let's get inside. God, I could really go for a heal point. Well, on the bright side, whoever I go against, I'm throwing a bunch of shit at them, so... Really? Took you this long to clear out this place? Useless. Well, no matter. The city's ours now? No, it's not. Well, well, and who might you be? Was it you? Are you the one behind all this? Mel, please, keep your wits about you. Oh ho, this seems personal. These are your friends, I take it? Surely you must have killed many on the way here. Tell me, how did it feel to look into the faces of your friends and family as you ran them through? I bet it was delightful. Kill you. I swear I'll kill you right here and now. Mel, listen to me. Don't let him get under your skin. You know what? You're in for a treat. You'll see just in time. Just about to slaughter the last survivor when you arrived. Now, I think I'll let you watch. Oh, no, you don't. Unless you can stop me, of course. Come on, then. Less interested in butchering women and children. You're gonna do some fun. Picked the wrong fight. I don't know. I'm not doing my best. I'm just saying. Shield. Skills. Stalking. Ow. Ow. Come on, Lionel. Maybe I should get rid of some of these new bloods. See, now I have nothing magic-wise for him. Well, that one's out of the way. Brawl. Flurry. If I somehow pull this through, I would be very surprised. More troublesome than I expected, but I still have some tricks up my sleeve. Ow. Aura, skill, pierce, skill, rush. Oh, he's healing. God dang it, how do I deal with him? Ah, that's how I deal with him. Okay, this is getting better. It's a shock goblin. How about some more oil for you? Ha! I somehow pulled through. Energy carrot. Recharges action skills in battle. Huh. Ugh. Well, is that all you've got? Mel. Come on then. It's all fun and games for you, right? So let's play. Quit running away, you fucking coward. Mel, please, stop this. He killed them. He killed them all. I know. But just because he's a monster doesn't mean you should become one too. Please, stand down. My leg. My leg! You bastard. Stabbing someone in the back? That's my job. You think I'd let you get away with that? Good save, Damien. Now you. I've got some questions for you. Heh. I know full well you don't plan on letting me go. Why would I say a word? What should I burn first? Your arms? Your legs? Or you can start with your name. No reason we can't be civil for the time being. Suppose humor for a short while. Carlos Dimacchio, at your service. Diamico? Did I say Dimacchio? No. Diamico. It's an old noble house. Didn't realize there were vampires among them. That's because humans are blind to what's right in front of them. We've been right in front of you for decades. The lands held by Diamicos have been prosperous, but mostly solitary. It's not unrealistic to consider that vampires have kept outsiders at bay while cultivating the lands. Ah! 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 No! There's bombs everywhere. Star! Welcome, welcome. Oh god! My poor chocobos! You sent them flying everywhere! Welcome, Star and everybody! Jam raid, jam raid, jam raid. I don't want jam! I want some jelly. I want a bit of that goop. Girlfriend Jabber was just streaming some Doom Patrol comic. I never read the Doom Patrol comics, but they've always been on my list of things to read. Then again, I've not been a very huge comics person in a very long time, so I hope the comics were good at least. You're enslaving the townsfolk. You give them land to protect them, and in return you feed on them. Is that right? You do breed them for food as well. It's not unheard of, although it's monstrous. You raise cows, sheep, and pigs for no other reason than food. You slaughter peaceful domestic creatures to perpetuate your own kind. Meanwhile, we feed on our own natural enemy. We kill those who would ultimately try and kill us. And we do so as mercilessly as possible, granting long lives and prosperity to those who serve us. Tell me, who's the real monster here? They're really good? That's what I hear. But I hear that about like a lot of comic series, but then I see something like, I don't know, lots of weirdness about the newest Harley Quinn comic series, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to read comics anymore. People here, tell me, how is this merciful? You slaughtered or enslaved an entire city. Fool. There's nothing more. This is nothing compared to what Dracula would have done. Yes, we took a majority as thralls, but we had some personally. But had he come personally, there wouldn't have been a single person left alive. So it was Dracula who ordered this? Why? What does he hope to gain? I've said enough. Either finish me or be on your way. I'll say no more. Sure you want to play it that way? We could just cup you up and take you with us. I won't give you the chance. You have to kill me if you plan on taking me anywhere. Burn in hell, you monster. Well, we're not alone. Are you okay? Hello, Jamber. Yeah, I've always heard like mixed things about comics, to where it's some are good and some are not good, and sometimes keeping up with which ones I actually need to read for a cohesive storyline is also very confusing. I'm unharmed thanks to God's protection, and it seems God favors you as well. Were it not for the blessing of such friends, I fear I would have been killed a moment ago. But it seems God answered my prayers and protected you. Oh, she's hot. Damien! Stare respectfully. It's difficult, I know, but come on. Sorry about him. I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't usually let my anger get the best of me. I do not blame you. Hatred is a difficult emotion to control. More so when it's all taken from you. Forgive me. When I introduce myself, my name is Lucille. Pleasure to meet you, Lucille. My name is Mel. Are you a sister? No, not a sister. Just a devout follower of our Lord. Father McGregor and Sister Eunice? They did all they could to protect us here. Sorry we didn't get here sooner. Are you the only one left? I fear so. Vampire had said as much just as you arrived. Come with us then. We have a place you'll be safe. There's nothing for me here, but if God chose to protect me, then he must still have planned for me. I will go with you. Let's get moving. It's not safe to be... It's not safe to stay here any longer. Very well. Lead the way. Now, Damien. Again. Respectfully. Stare respectfully. I don't care that she's blonde, rocking, certain assets you like. Respectfully. Do not wish to distract you on the return, but I cannot help but notice a certain sorrow about you. Was Ellistorn your home? It was, once. I was raised there. Still can't believe it's gone. Vampires haven't dared to make such a bold move in over a decade. Something larger is at play here. Do you think it's connected to Brutus being taken? Possibly. I've been thinking about that. Why bother taking him away? Why wouldn't they simply have killed him? But I guess they're trying to turn him. They couldn't possibly hope to. He'd make a powerful ally. But Brutus hates vampires more than anyone. They'll have a hard time turning him. I see. You've lost more than just your home. You lost a friend as well, haven't you? We're fighting to get him back. We need all the help we can get. Allow me to help you. Of course. What can you do for us? I pray for you. Uh-huh. Do not dismiss the Lord's protection. I survived when all others fell, did I not? Who else but God could have protected me while you came to my rescue? No disrespect intended, but I'm not sure how much your prayers will really help. Monsters don't fear gods as much as you might think. I mean, you can get on your knees for me any day. God damn it, Damien. To pray, I mean. Smooth save, sir. But Mel's right. I don't really think God is doing much to look out for us. I see you're not likely to be swayed. Very well, then how about this? If you pray with me at the altar downstairs, I will use a measure of holy power to purify you. Heard about this. Practitioners who can use holy power to provide blessings to others. I've never experienced it myself, however. What kind of blessings can you offer? You have to see for yourself. When touched by the power of God, many find themselves humbled, reevaluating the knowledge and wisdom they have accrued over the years. You may find that some of what you have learned is no longer relevant, while discovering new ways of thinking. Sounds interesting. We want to give it a try. Same. If anything can give us the edge, it's worth putting in the test. Oh, she mean like a respecking of my stats. Or not my stats, my skill points. We're studying. I'll head to the chapel. Come find me later if you wish to pray. Save. Oh, hey. Don't worry, I'll keep watch. Oh, cool. I'm getting more soldiers, too. You. Don't want anyone else to have to put down their own firm like I've had to. Well, that's good, at least. Ad starting soon. Doesn't say when soon, but soon. Soon. Put more money in. Okay, yeah, it is a respec. You single? God damn it, Damien. Devoted to the Lord, and besides, I have lost all those I have called friend. Damn, that was tasteless. Sorry. You are forgiven. If I may ask, why do you not believe? Clearly you are somewhat cynical of the Lord. Why is that? Look, I really didn't come to talk about God. I'm not religious. Don't ever think I will be. Can we just leave it at that? If you wish. No desire to persuade you into finding a faith. Either you will find your own, or you won't. No amount of chastisement will change that. Well, that's refreshing. Oop. Ads are in progress. Hands up. Give a jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. And as a reminder, all right. Let's see, about 20 more seconds on the ads. Alrighty, the majority of people should be coming back now. Welcome back, everyone. Says the ad breaks are over. That being said, once again, that is the link for this game by Strack. He was in here earlier today. Well, that's refreshing. I'm more used to the my way is the only way approach to religion. Appreciate the respect. Of course. God is not a tyrant. He welcomes those who come to him. He does not force you to accept him, so why should I? Right. I guess I can get behind you on that. Not the other way. You're persistent, aren't you? No matter. I'm not so easily swayed. Your roguish behavior does not help your cause. Flattering though it may be. Aha! I think we'll be coming around to visit you more often. Damn it, Damien. Think with something other than what's in your pants. How could God allow such creatures to exist? Does he not see how we suffer under their reign? I got nothing for you, buddy. I am not an all-seeing eye. Yeah. Went to Elston. We went to the cathedral. It was unpleasant, but we found another survivor. She's at the chapel now. If you have time, you should go to see her. I'm sure she'd love to see someone else from Elston. You saw them, yes? The spawn of hell. My home is no more. I can never go back. Davenport, I understand. I didn't say anything when we were there, but I recognized many of the people there. They were all so lifeless, and I killed them. I had no choice, but I did. Their souls were already gone, but I was the one who took their lives. That will haunt me for the rest of my life. I never want to go back there again. Even if we can one day take the city back, we'll never be home again. You understand? Not many would. Thank you, Mel. Glad you were here. We'll go see this other survivor, but for now, we should be left in peace. Talk to the kiddo. Hey, sweetie, can we talk for a bit? Sure. Yesterday I saw a really pretty bird. No, that's not what I meant. Talk to you about something specific. Oh, okay. What's specific mean? No, specific. It means I want to talk about something important, not just anything. Oh, gotcha. Specific. Close enough. Honey, I want to talk about Elliston. Can we do that? I saw what it was like. Can't imagine how difficult that must have been for you. But ignoring those emotions isn't healthy. Can we talk about it? No. I understand. I know it's hard. Talking about it can help heal those wounds too. No, I don't wanna. Alright, we don't have to talk about it yet. We can't run it from it forever. We need to talk about it someday. When you're ready. I'll leave you alone for now. Oh, you have a quest for me. What's your quest? Do you a favor to ask you. How can I help? So you went to Elliston Cathedral. Who was there when you arrived? Mostly empty. Lucille was the only survivor. Besides her, there were 2 dead civilians and some vampires. That's all? Nobody else? Fortunately. I'd hoped for more. Why do you ask? My wife should have been there. Oh, I didn't realize you were married. I was. I hope that I still am. When the beast attacked, I had no time to find her. She had gone to the cathedral for a service that morning. Not seen her since. I don't wish to burn you, but I cannot rest without knowing her fate. If you're brave enough, would you look for her? Cannot imagine her leaving the cathedral. She must have been there. Didn't see anyone else there, but that doesn't mean she didn't make it. I'll go look for her, Davenport. Thank you. Another chance slim, but I have to know. If you find anything at all, please tell me. Please tell me. Well, I get the feeling that the quest is now like, yeah, go back to Elliston, kill his wife. Let's see. I don't think... Well... How much are the healing items? I've got some money tucked away. And then... That's a big chunk of health, so... It's about 93... Long short sword. Wait, hold on. What? Long sword sword? Is that supposed to be like a hand and a half or a bastard sword then? Let's see. Craft. Weapon. Epic. Suffocating kunai. That's a dagger. Sells for a chunk, though. Alright, you. Let's see. Charge and action skill, ice bomb. But. So I think in order to actually, like, saves come if you wanted to do this, because every time you're forced out of the dungeon, it automatically saves. So you'd have to know that, like, oh hey, I'm about to die in this combat, and then just Alt F4 the game, and then load back up your previous save. Cool. These ones are still only level 13. I could deal with these ones way easier. They should still also provide just a little bit of experience points as well. So that will help with grinding some levels while I try and also gather better stuff. Mostly healing items. Still need a lot of healing items. It's New Bloods. I still want to finish the Jagged Lagoon. Because I feel like after finishing that, that's pretty much everything that's currently available, unless like more things unlock after doing that, which I'm guessing is what's supposed to happen. But as the way that the game stands at the moment, with everything that it has to offer, yeah, I'm still considering this a 4 out of 5. Because a lot of it is really good. A lot of the way that the assets are used, as far as the procedural dungeon, as far as the storyline, the presentation, the music, everything's really, really good. It's just, damn it, I would like some actual controller support for one, but you know, not going to fully fault that on this. But at the same time, it's annoying to have such major setbacks if you die. It's also difficult with such a rather unforgiving cooldown system for between combats. That being said, I already do have the other games picked out, because Wednesday is still going to be Relics of Aurelia, which I've gotten a pretty good idea for that, but, you know, got to finish it first. And then after that, it is Meta Revelations, and then also Leyline Chronicles. Those are both the next ones up on the block. Yeah, Meta Revelations, Armor of the Abyss. Curious to see how that one goes. And then Leyline Chronicles. Everything I've seen of it looks really good, so here's to hoping it actually is good. Oh man, these things like attacking one person. Well, if I was trying to speedrun down, I definitely could do it. Just apparently I keep spawning on the next level, right next to the hole to the next level. Let's see. I really can't think of anything else that this game could use instead, because everything else is very well done. What do you guys think? What else do you think the game needs? Because like I said, it does a lot of the other stuff very well as far as the atmosphere and the music and so on. It's just more of the combat needs a little bit more polish in regards to, well, not a lot, to be honest. Mainly just mainly just that ATB system, because I feel like that's what's or the ATB system and the turn-based thing. I feel like that's what's causing the sputters. Ooh, that's a lot of bats. What the heck? Did the bat just explode? The bats are exploding. Oh, that's great. Let's bring Mel back. Why do so many explode? Why do they all explode? I thought only one of them was marked explosive. Okay, there goes all the stuff that I had on me. I guess that's great. Ah. Hmm. Well, that's a little disappointing. But I have been able to get the majority of my thoughts together, and this is pretty much what I think about it. The game is good. Hold on, let me... Oh, I could have turned autosave off at any time. Huh. That's on me. So, let me just... There we go. Now I have it to where I want it. Alright, so... The game Thrall by Strack Blue. Or just Strack. My thoughts on it are pretty much this. The game has a very interesting story without question. Your team of vampire hunters, however you select them, is based upon like whoever you give up at the beginning. So you could always have like a different type of run with a different group each time. Doesn't matter. You and your team of vampire hunters are trying to reclaim one of your lost allies by gathering a greater force to hunt down not just any bloodsuckers, but pretty much the bloodsuckers. You're hunting them down to get your friend back, hopefully. Hello, Plexi! Combat has this weird mix between an ATB and a turn-based to where it's not fully clear as which one is taking priority. It looks like the ATB is the one taking priority and the turn-based is trying to predict who's actually going next, but it causes a bit of confusion, and it's possibly between that and the whole system of the status effects causing a weird delay. I'm not sure as to which. Hello, Moogle. I hope the Taekwondo class went well. So yeah, So the ATB and turn-based, that needs to be essentially just the ATB in my opinion, or just purely turn-based. It's got to be one or the other. You can't have both showing. Probably best to just go straight with the ATB with the way everything else is, and move on from there. The skill cooldowns are also rather unforgiving, and can make it feel like a punishment for using them at any time. If I use them like on a weak enemy, or I use it to get through a battle quickly, cool, now I don't have that skill for the next 2 battles, possibly. It really just depends. That being said, I've not really encountered any other major negatives, in my opinion. Oh, ad break is starting, so I guess I'll hold off for the rest of my review for that to finish. Ow. Ooh. Oh, wait, no, there is... Nah, that one already got fixed, so I don't have to worry about that one anymore. Alright, Twitch says everyone should be in ads right now, but the thing that I use to watch for if an ad actually is playing, I don't see. So is Twitch lying to me, or is there actually ads playing? I don't know. But now it says ads are over, so everyone should be coming back now, because ads are now over. No ads for you? See, that's what I mean. It's like, Twitch is so stupid sometimes. Where was I? Alright. School cooldowns are rather unforgiving. Make it feel like a punishment for using them, because if you use them, it will be a number of turns and possibly a number of combats before you get them back. No real other negatives, because the ones that are more of an actual glitch or issue with the game, Strack has already started working on fixing those, so I don't have to really grade upon those, because they're a non-issue now. Equipment stats and types are randomized enough to where you can get lots of good weapons and armor, some that add permanent and sometimes vital buffs, such as the cooldown reduction or regen in general. This can also mean that you may not get equipment types that you want or need for your build or for your particular character, such as with Lionel skills being more suited towards swords and, clubs. Having him equip spears is not the greatest build for him, and again, there is a bit of a pity system to where you will be guaranteed getting a sword or whatever, at least one piece of equipment of each type throughout. So that's good, but again, the stats of the equipment is randomized to where it may not be the best piece of equipment that you get. So you might get a new sword, but that sword might be crap. That's more of the downside of the randomized equipment, or something like that. Or at least like 1 to 2 stats might be better, but the rest are not essentially too much of a detriment to switch out. Oh, and speaking of skills and being suited for them, I do like the fact that each character that you choose for your party has their own unique skill tree that dictates how they are played. You should be careful, though, when using said skills, because, again, that long cooldown at first is right around, I believe, 20 turns in that first combat, second combat, and third combat before you get it back again. So, unfortunately, I like pointing, the cooldown does go down as it gets a shorter cooldown later on, based upon if you get the proper skills to get the lower cooldowns, but also the proper equipment that gives a shorter cooldown. And again, equipment is randomized, so you might not get the proper equipment for a shorter cooldown. It really just depends. RNG, Jesus, be taking the wheel or something. So, unfortunately, this can lead many to hoard their skills and make combat take much longer, or lead them to take more than necessary damage, because some skills can easily deal with one foe, but if you use it, then you don't have it for so many turns. And then these skills also do not reset when combat ends. It will continue to be on cooldown until those turns are over, even if that is 1 to 2 combats down the line. So that's a very big, major for me, because I don't like that, especially early on. Mel gets like 3 spells: the fire burst, shock burst, and ice burst. Each one has a cooldown of 20 turns. So you get one little puh, and then you got nothing for 20 turns, and that is not great. Well, technically 3 little puh for, but then you got nothing for 20 turns, to where you're not getting that back until, essentially 20 turns of melee for Mel. So it's not a good use. But with that in mind, and those being essentially the only major concerns that I have about this game, the sad lack of actual controller support is slightly annoying, but again, it's not something I'm going to fully fault, because that is just, unfortunately, a limitation of the system. A lot of the older RPG Maker's engines don't have native controller support programmed into them, to where you have to find a way of forcing it in, either through code or a plugin or something like that. All in all, with the good storytelling atmosphere that this game has, the good music that plays throughout, the wonderfully designed maps for both set scenes as well as the procedurally generated scenes, to where they don't look like, buildings are glitched into each other or half formed into each other. It is all very well done. So, that being said, yeah, I have to rate this a 4 out of 5. It has definitely been a wonderful game to play. I highly suggest it to all of you as well. If the cooldowns were not as punishing... Oh, and the loss of items. The loss of items when you die, it's a very big negative hit to your progression. That is also the other major negative. I forgot to mark that down, so I'm going to mark that down. Loss of items when you perish is a progression hit, as you now have to grind up money or supplies in order to try and fight against what killed you again. And progression loss is a major killer for a lot of games. I'd like to point that out. At any point that it feels like you're having to grind repeatedly in order to essentially make 2 steps forward, at the risk of constantly being 2 steps to 3 steps backwards, it kills the joy of the game. Now, there are some people that do enjoy that frustration, or do enjoy that risk and that essentially that level of difficulty. I'm not going to discount their point of view. I'm merely going to say, from my personal point of view, the progression hit that you take when you die is a little harsh. Especially considering that there are sets where if you die, you essentially... there's no change to the story. If you were just going in for a dungeon run and not really going in there for a quest, then I could see it as, oh hey, you lost all your shit because you had to drop it in order to flee, in order for you guys to survive, and you guys can go in again. That makes sense. But if I'm going in there for a story beat of, hey, we gotta help, the Jagged Lagoon fend off these pirates in order for the story to progress, then it should not be a progression loss, but rather just go back to the last save. You can have the progression loss on non-story beats, so that way you still have it, but if it's in regards to story beats, then no, don't have the progression loss, because it can cause frustration, especially since it doesn't affect the story to have that progression loss at that time. Gotta play more extraction games, man. It was way too stressful. I've tried playing them. I tried Tarkov. I didn't enjoy Tarkov. The only time I enjoyed Tarkov was whenever I was able to get like a little scav with a little sniper rifle, and it was able to, camp out and watch one of the extract sites to ruin someone else's run. That's the only time I enjoyed Tarkov. Storing knowledge of failure would be interesting. It would. And like I said, if there was essentially something other than like, oh, you lost all of your money and all of your items, be they healing items or bombs or whatever. It just feels like it's too much of a progression loss, especially since you don't always know when you're going to bite the bullet or, bite the dust. And then the whole, oh, but you can store items to use them on a later run or just store them in general. That's good and all, but there are times where I'm getting more items that I can use, or I'm getting a lot of items that just aren't useful, such as torches. I haven't found a use for torches yet. So that could be coming up. I don't know. At the moment, torches aren't useful, so I don't like them. But yeah. If the progression loss wasn't so bad and the skill cooldowns weren't so bad, I would rate this higher. But as is, it is a solid 4 out of 5, which is not a bad score, I'd like to point out. Because it does pretty much everything else right. It does the presentation right, as far as the visuals, as far as the music. It does the story right, where it's very well written. It feels like the characters are kind of unique, and they're not so bland. I'd probably vary up their dialogue a little bit to make it sound like that they are from slightly different walks of life, but each of them are interesting in their own right. When you make progression push and use your items that still die, it definitely can become demoralizing. Roguelites in general, I mean. Yes, and that'd be different. If this was a roguelite, that is different because that's kind of expected, but also in roguelites, when you die, you don't just lose your gear, you lose everything and you start again. Or what's a good example? Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a roguelite. You lose your abilities, you lose your gear, and you start over. And then you start over. It's just, that's how it is. But you unlock some things that are permanently unlocked for the rest of your gameplay. No matter how many times you die, they're permanently unlocked. A lot of roguelites are like that. But roguelites and this kind of RPG don't always mix well together. And again, the loss of items or money isn't too big of a deal if it wasn't so severe. And if it fit for, hey, we're going in for a dungeon run for whatever reason. But if I'm going in for like a major story beat, such as, oh hey, we gotta go there and look for survivors to progress the main story, don't do progression lost. If I'm going in there to find clues for Davenport's missing wife to see if she's dead, turned into a vampire, and I need to stake her myself or something like that, cool, progression loss is perfectly fine because, I went in, I got driven out, I lost all my gear, I got to build up so that way I can go in again and see if I can find her. That's fine. Like I said, it's a very situational thing, and it's got to make sense with the overall thing. It can't be just like, yep, you died, so back to the fort with none of your gear, and when you get back, you're going to see the same cutscene over again until you finally beat them. And that's part of the reason why I didn't try Jagged Lagoon a fourth time, was the fact that I didn't want to see the stupid cutscene again. The cutscene's fine, I'd like to point it out. It's just frustrating the fact that, cool, here I go again to get my ass kicked by a bunch of pirates. So, I definitely feel like you're supposed to go to Jagged Lagoon last because of how difficult that fight is. So hopefully, when I play this game again, I will most likely play it off stream. I'd like to point that out because I feel like I've definitely given this a fair amount of time, and I've gotten a good enough feel of the game to where I can say honestly it is worth the play. It's worth your time as well. Once again, there's the games leak. But Strack, if you're watching now or you're watching later on the VOD, please, 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 maybe see about tweaking it to where the cooldowns aren't as long. Having them progress through multiple combats can be fine if the cooldowns aren't so long, such as 20 turn cooldowns. And the item progression loss either make it have a kind of like a make sense thing for non-story quest jumps into a dungeon, as far as like main story. The side story or side quests, perfectly fine for it to happen in those, but like for main ones, no. Or make it not suck as much somehow. Those are the main things. Yeah. So, Thrall, solid, 4 out of 5. As far as the other games, Relics, that one's still Wednesday. I've written a good bit for your game already, Plexi. Going off a little bit of my old notes for your game, honestly, kind of comparing my old notes to my current notes. Kind of interesting of what has changed. So, I hope you're ready for another round of that on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it's going to be Meta Revelations Armor of the Abyss. Then on Monday, as in 1 week from now, it will be Leyline Chronicles. Now, we still have other games such as Beloved Rapture, Soul Survivor, Silver Days, Heroes of Spyria, Fable Bond, Ezerine Heart, Dwell, and Tower Song on the to-play list. Now, earlier, there was a game called Celsius Forever suggested. So I will probably look into that one, but it is in Portuguese, so I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to play that. Hopefully I can at least run it for a few minutes to see, and hopefully it is something that I can play and kind of showcase, because I do enjoy showcasing people's games. So we'll see about that. As far as other games, let's see. I believe there was another one someone suggested to me, but I can't find it right now. Piddles. Okay. Well, is what it is. I'll remember it later on, I guess. That being said, where'd it go? There was another one that was just... Oh, that's right. Another dev talk. So I'm working on doing another dev talk. As you guys remember, last time I did a dev talk about writing, and essentially how to write better for your games. I will see about making another dev talk. I'm working on a couple of different ideas, one of which being just kind of general design choices. But another one I was thinking about was talking about actual mechanics in games for dev talk. Essentially, there's a lot of mechanics we constantly see in a lot of... Ooh, I'm going to snooze that one. I'm going to snooze the next ad so you guys don't get that. So, 5-minute break from that. Push that out. There we go. As far as another dev talk, I was thinking about doing one in regards to a bunch of different game mechanics. There's a number of game mechanics that we see pretty often in RPG Maker games because we see them very often in AAA titles or very mainstream games or just larger well-known games. everyone tries to make a game that's hard because it's Dark Soulsy or Souls-like, and they apparently don't understand the reason why people actually enjoy Dark Souls, and it's not just the difficulty. But they try and make difficult games thinking that's what's making things fun, and they end up creating artificial difficulty versus natural difficulty. And yeah, there is a difference. Other things would be, such as, crafting systems that we constantly see, or turn-based versus ATB. Essentially, I was going down and creating a list of a lot of the mechanics that we constantly see in a lot of RPG Maker games, and trying to find a good way of talking about each of them. So I want to do that later on as well. I'll try and find a good time to do that, but if you guys have suggestions in regards to mechanics that you see frequently in RPG games, not just RPG Maker, but RPG games that you feel like people have done well or have done poorly, I'd certainly take that suggestion, because that could also help us branch into other dev talks. And I'd like doing those dev talks purely because I feel like if I am going to not only review your games, I should at least try and elaborate on why a certain mechanic might work or might not work for your game. And again, a whole portion of being in any kind of development is not only understanding how something works or how something is implemented, but why it works and why it's good. Because what's a good example? So the Chronicles of Valdoria dev is still emailing me about their game, and the JP system, I remember griping about that, how it said, and it pointed out in the tutorial, that the one who scores the killing blow gets the most JP. And I told them it seems that's not true, that it appears a bit random with no consistency as to how much you earn from a single combat. And it turns out that's not true. I was going off of the killing blow that ends the combat, but that's not how they have it set up. It's the killing blow that slays the monster. So if you have each of your characters slay one monster, each one will get an equal amount of points. But if you have one character slay all of the monsters, then they will get all of the points. Hey, Struck. I pretty much have finished with your game. The two main things that I have gripes about your game are essentially dealing with the cooldowns essentially being a little too they're a little too rough, to be honest. A little too unforgiving, because even though Mel gets like 3 skills from the get-go, each one has a 20 turn cooldown from the get-go until you start getting points into the trees to reduce the cooldown, and then hope you get gear that reduces that cooldown more. Unfortunately, this still can lead many to hoard their skills to make combats take much longer, or lead them to take more damage than necessary, because they are, again, hoarding their skills. Even though one skill might easily defeat one monster or end a combat, then they don't have that for X amount of combats until that refreshes. And the other one is the loss of items when you perish. It's a bit of a big hit to the progression of the game, as now you have to grind up money or supplies in order to try and fight again against what killed you again. And I was mentioning that's fine for dungeon runs where it's like, oh hey, I'm doing a bit of grinding, or I'm going for a one-off quest, like, going to find Davenport's missing wife to either, save her or stake her, whichever. But if it's for like a main story point, such as the first time you're going to Elliston to search for survivors, maybe not have that. If you're going into the Jagged Lagoon to fight against the pirates, maybe not have that, because again, you are, instead of the idea you've been driven out of the dungeon and forced to drop your stuff, you died, got sent back, and now you get to go back with different stuff if you're lucky, or no stuff if you're unlucky, and you got to sit through the cutscenes again. So those are the two main things. I'll have the notes written in a much more flowy spot or way for you when I finish writing my review. But no, at the moment, with how everything is for this game, it is, in my opinion, a very solid 4 out of 5. If the cooldowns weren't so unforgiving and the progression loss wasn't such a hit when it comes to losing all of your items and your gold if you die, I feel like it could score much higher, possibly even a 5 out of 5. But that's pretty much the only big hits to it, and everything else I feel like you did very well in regards to essentially the arts and the presentation of music and the dungeons. Oh, ads. I'll pause for a moment in my ranting. Ooh. And you got an ad. Alright, everyone should be back from ads in just a few seconds. Alrighty, it says ads are done for everybody, so let's hope so. Yes, I can look at balancing the cooldowns for sure. As far as item loss, what would you consider a fair penalty for losing a battle? Is just gold loss okay? Either gold loss or the loss of 1 to 2 items and some gold. So again, there's no major issue with the idea of losing an item or two and some gold when it comes to being defeated and forced out of the dungeon. It's the amount. You lose all your gold and all your items, and now you got to go through essentially cutscenes again, or so on, depending, as you try and essentially go back through. So if you set it to items are pretty valuable, it definitely sucks losing them. Yeah, definitely sucks losing them all. Pretty much that's what ended this run. Was I was going back into Elliston to see about Davenport's wife, and I got essentially killed because I was being just a little too bold, but at the same time I wanted the EXP because I felt like I still wasn't of the proper level to deal with those damn Corsairs. So yeah, I would say a good trade-off to still have it feel like that, hey, I lost and I got forced out of the dungeon. I lost these items and a little bit of gold. I would also say that not having item loss or that kind of progression loss happen on main story beats. So like again, you're going to go to the Jagged Lagoon to fight the pirates and, save Raphael. No progression loss, you died, go back to your last save. Simple as that. But another one would be like you're going into Elliston for the first time to, search for survivors. You died, last save. But if you go into Elliston the second time in order to find Davenport's wife, you died, you got forced out of the dungeon, you lost these items, sucks to be you, try again. I feel like that's a more fair way of balancing it, if you can do it. So that way it feels like the progression for main story beats doesn't suck so much versus the progression loss of side quests or just going to go and either level up or grind out a couple of items and hope you can get some money. Think it's doable? Cool beans. But yeah, that's the main thing. Those are the main two things, is the loss of items and money and the skill cooldowns. If you can tweak the cooldowns for sure, essentially, I would honestly bump them down to, if you're going to keep them to where they don't refresh at the end of combat, maybe not have them start at 20 turns, maybe 15 turns, because I do know you get skills that allow you to reduce cooldown further, and there's a chance, because RNG Jesus sometimes doesn't like you, and you might not get the gear needed, chance that you'll get a piece of equipment that provides cooldown, and that's also good. But I would probably start it at 15 instead of 20, and then give it a few play tests and see how it feels from there. But yeah, that's pretty much the majority of my thoughts. Like I said, I'll write it much more eloquently, and when I post it, not only in my Discord, but I'll send you a copy of it as well, so that way you can see all of the points that I have. I think that's all I got at the moment. And I was just telling everyone I was thinking of essentially new dev talks that I can do, because the last one I did was on writing. I want to do the next one on game mechanics. So there are a number of mechanics out there in regards to, essentially, we see them very commonly in a lot of different RPG games in general. Appreciate you doing this in the feedback. I'm always happy to essentially give people games a try and see what they have done. I like seeing something different and unique, because there's a good chance that I'm not going to see something like this whenever I go to play like some mainstream game or something like that. And 5 10-pound curls coming up in a moment. Thank you, Star. Guess whose points? Glad you're getting points once again. But yeah, what was I going to say? Game mechanics. I want people to start thinking of game mechanics that you see in RPGs that you feel like they either done well or did not do well, and let me know about it, because I want to also get other people's opinions about different mechanics out there. What RPG game out there is not complete without a crafting system now? Because like even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has a crafting system. What game out there is not complete without a card game? Because can't have an RPG Maker game or an RPG game without a card game shoveled in it somehow. Stuff like that. So, yeah, fun times all around. Let's get those curls out of the way so that way I can get those done, and Star can continue to get her points so that way she can bully me later on. So, 5, 10, 5, 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have both of those things. I don't think I've come across the card game yet. I'm guessing that comes after Raphael. Ugh. But yes, I want you to think about it for a moment. There is rarely an RPG game in general that doesn't have some form of card game going on in it. Most of the time it's just triple triad. Maybe. Oh, yeah, no, that's a solid. It's just blackjack. Look, blackjack is better. I just want to put that out. Blackjack is always good. You seem to be having a rough time with the monster game last night. Why do you think that may have been? Because I'm terrible, and the monster game required me to flirt, which I'm also terrible at. I'm not very good at flirting. I don't think you know this, Star, but I am actually a bit autistic, which means I'm bad at flirting. But I'm also a guy, which we're also bad at flirting. I don't even know how I landed my girlfriend. I have theories of how I landed her, but I don't think they're true. I think it's mostly because I feed her and I buy her books. But it's not because of the flirting. I know it's not because of the flirting. Because I suck at flirting. For context, I was over on Star's stream last night for their birthday. Which, by the way, happy birthday once again to Star. And we were playing Jackbox games, and it was loads of fun. Food and books, that's what I'm missing. Yes. I'm also autistic. I discovered Riz. You weird Gen Alpha Zoomers, whatever you are. I don't know how old you are, Star. I forgot to ask that. I'm a millennial. I'm a 90s kid, a sad adult. I don't have Riz. I don't have that charisma. I've got bills. That's what I got. Yes, food and books, by the way. Strack, if you want to get a significant other, food and books. That's what's worked for me. Don't worry about it, but I am a 90s kid. Oh, okay, so yeah, wait, are we talking early 90s or late 90s? Because there is a difference. It's like that Star Wars meme of, Anakin's like, but I am a Jedi Master. It's like, no, we give you permission to sit at the table, but you're not actually a Jedi Master. Don't worry about it. That tells me late 90s. I'm early 90s. Mid-early? No. I am 1990, so I am 90s kid. Siblings very early 90s, so I have been subjected to the past. Look, to be fair, we had good music. We had good music. We grew up with good cartoons. And then by the time, the next generation started becoming, coherent, we started getting weird cartoons. Like Chowder. God, I hated Chowder. And then we started getting stuff like Naruto. God, I hate Naruto. Dexter's Lab was still on the air for a long time after it ended. Oh, so was Johnny... Oh, yeah, Johnny Bravo. So was Courage the Cowardly Dog. Everyone's like, oh, Courage was like a early 2000s, late 90s cartoon. Nah, that shit came out in the 80s. Ed, and Eddie. Oh, man, I loved Ed and Eddie. Hey Arnold was also a good one. Look, I have like a long list of obscure cartoons that I am aware of. Some of which that I thought were fever dreams until I found them again later on. And I have been tormenting one of my coworkers with that list every now and then of reminding him of the fact that, one, we are both old, and two, this cartoon did exist. And we should really, really hate ourselves for the fact that that cartoon existed. Yeah, I had Chowder, but also had all the stuff too. Yeah. Oh, what? Hold on. What? Who? Why? Nova Raid. What? Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. That was unexpected. Thank you for the raid, Annoyed Nova. The bombs flew around everywhere. But my cat is screaming. Why is my... Oh, she wants in. That's why she's screaming. Does anyone remember being Ian? I remember being Ian. I've been Ian my entire life. Saw we were doing RPG Maker, thought we'd raid in and just finish some dev work. Well, I appreciate it. I was wrapping up my review on this game, which is Thrall, which was made by Strack Blue here in chat. First to stream this game, I think. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a part-time experience. We enjoy torturing him by making him work out as much as we can. Yes. Oh boy. Yes, this has been it was a really good game, by the way. The main feedbacks that I had in regards to this, like I said, was the progression loss when it comes to the items. It should be tweaked down to probably like a couple of items and some gold instead of all of your items and all your gold, and then the cooldowns. Other than that, it's a very solid game. For those of you who are new to the chat, I'm just going to post it in there again because you guys should definitely give it a try. It's probably about a good 6 to 7 hours of gameplay, depending on how good you are. But now I have more viewers, and I was originally going to go annoy the cat for a moment, but I guess I get to play this a little bit more instead. So, because I don't want you guys to join in and be like, well, I'm leaving out. No. We're playing this more now. Strack, it's your fault. Because I just died, so like all of the items and the gold that I had, just gone. Oh god, and what is it? That only sells for 85, 69. Yeah. Do you force to extend stream time? Nah, it's fine. I don't mind. The cat does mind. So give me like one moment as I'm going to go see what the cat wants so that way she stops crying. So I'll be right back, everybody. Ah, there we go. Alright, so the cat's happy. She's able to wander back through. Yes, you little 5.5 pound fur ball. Useless thing you are. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Don't stare at me like that. Ladies, gentlemen, your wonderful Technicolor in between and both outside. Don't ever get a cat. They stare at you randomly and demand things in their own language. Which, you didn't even want me, did you? You didn't even want to be with me. You just wanted the door open, isn't that it? That's all you wanted? So you can lay there on my floor? Is that all you wanted? Calico's little bastard. More of these streams. Oh, yeah. Cats are amazing. You just got to learn their language. It screams. That's all I know. As far as my streams, Nova, when it comes down to it, I like showcasing other people's projects because I'm absolutely terrible at coding and art, but I am decent at essentially writing, and I like writing. And I'm going to snooze that ad, so that way you guys don't see that. That is my last snooze, just so you guys know. So I won't be able to protect you for... Oh, hi, cat. So you want in my lap? Is that what you want? No? Yes? No? Make up your mind. Stupid furball. Let's see. I didn't need that. Scholarly ribbon. I'm going to keep those for now. But yeah, I like showcasing other people's games because I feel like since I can't dev very well other than writing, I might as well showcase what other people have been making so that way I can help shed a light on theirs, provide them feedback to make it better, and also and here's the key thing, essentially help curate the RPG community away from making so many shovelware games. Because let's face it, it's unfortunately, there's a lot of shovelware games out there. And I'm not going to lie, we've all played them, we've all seen them. Why are you meowing again? The door is open for you. I know you have food and water. I just checked. You're in my closet meowing. What do you want? Cat. I enjoy writing in games too. Yes, I'm primarily a writer, so I like writing. Writing is my thing. It's a lot of steps to keep track of with the equipment. The cat is deliberately annoying me. Yes, I feel like it. I don't feel like it is a lot of stats to keep track of. There's a... That is a nice boost to you. So yeah, we're going to keep that. It's not Diablo, that's true. Oh yeah, it's Jack. I turned off the auto defeat if I'm over leveled because, well, the experience points, it's just a little too good to pass up. Even if it's only 8 experience points from these ones, the fact remains that eventually I will start getting more and more and more and more and more. I'll just go down. Also, sometimes I spawn literally like 5 steps away from the level down. Twitch is telling me because I snoozed the last 2 times pre-rolls are back on. And I can't turn those back off until I get enough snoozes back. So, hopefully, you guys put up with the fact that ads are on, and apologies. The goal is eventually to where this channel makes enough to where I could just buy people subscriptions, and I don't have to worry about ads ever again. Dang it. You're the shotgun. Ah, dang it, I thought that would kill it. Yeah. Stupid shit. Go ahead. Made homemade chili dogs. Oh. I'm jealous. I like a good chili dog. Not gonna lie. I like food in general. I'm kind of fat. Oh, good. Shock Imp down. Shock Imp is annoying because of the whole, you know, stunned status. So my goal is to be insane. There's some streamers that actually do that, and I like that because, yeah, Nova, you pretty much got it. You know, take Bezos' money and funnel it back to the viewers. That's the way I see it, you know. I do this because it's fun. That is quite literally the only reason why I do this. That is a big bump, but he loses the regen. Now he still has the healing armor, so... Oh, that would give him thorns. Ads in about 2 minutes, and like I said, I can't stop this one, so apologies, everybody. But do I want him to give up regeneration? That's a big boost to HP, defense, and resistance, so yeah. Always such a tough choice. Because on one hand, more defense and HP means higher survivability. But on the other hand, constantly regenerating also means higher survivability. Yeah. I can at least try and finish out this quest, Strack. Find Davenport's wife. If she's alive, kill her. If she's not alive, kill her. Wait, hold on. I think I mixed up something. Look, someone's getting a stake through the heart. That's all I'm saying. Having cold soba? I've never had soba noodles. From the way that I've always heard about them, they sound like something that would be interesting. There is a ramen place near where I am, and I think they have soba, but I've never tried it. Nope, ads are in progress. At least it says that ads are in progress. I don't know if that's actually true or not, because Twitch doesn't always show me ads when I want it to. Gonna wait a moment for the ads to finish. Should be about 30 more seconds. What are you looking at, cat? What is it, Lilo? Huh? Yeah, gotcha. Come here, you. Just aggravating me? Is that what it is? Is that you just wanted to come in here to aggravate me? You didn't actually want me. You just wanted to be a pain in my butt. Is that what you wanted? You 5.5 pound flea-bitten fur bag? Huh? I fish you out of the garbage and feed you and bathe you and keep you for almost a damn year, and this is how you thank me? By being a pain in my butt? Don't you purr at me. Don't you purr at the fact that I'm scratching you and giving you all the scritches that you like. Yeah, you're a pain in my butt. Screaming at random times of the night because you want attention, and I don't let you just roam through my room when I'm trying to sleep because you don't let me sleep. Oh, hey, everyone's back. Yeah, off you go. I had the kitty for a moment. And I aggravated her because she deserves it. That's the bright side of having a cat. I can annoy her whenever I want. Same with having a girlfriend. I can annoy her whenever I want. Speaking of which, I do need a message here real quick. On the bright side of having a girlfriend, I can give her food and books at any time, and she won't be too mad with me. On the downside to having a girlfriend, I have spoiled her to where she likes having books and food at any given time. So, I may have, just possibly, played myself. Oh, don't kill the wife or do your choice. Look, sometimes you just gotta be safe and be like, I don't know if they're actually a Thrall, but I'm going to stake them. And other times it might be, I don't know if they're actually a new blood, but I should stake them. And other times it's like, hey, I'm just going to stake you. I hope you don't take it personally. Also, exploding bats. Why are there exploding bats? That's what killed me in the last run. I go and I think, oh, it's just one exploding bat. And I kill a different one, and all of a sudden I die. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is it? Warp nuts? These nuts? Warp out of dungeons and immediately escape battles. If I remember correctly, isn't using the warp nut the same as, like, essentially game overing and you still lose stuff? Kill them just to be safe, you never know. Yep. Gotta choose the one you think will give better loot. Yes? That's a rough mob to get hit that it fixed with. Oh, good to know. Warp nut lets you keep everything. Okay. I can't remember if it lets you keep everything or not. Oh, no, there's items. Money. Herbs. I know someone who likes herbs. Ganja. No, don't. Get rid of... nothing. I don't want to get rid of any of these, so yeah, I'll just have to salvage that. That's the downside of only having 10 item slots. Hi, Lilo. Why are you back? Huh? What do you want? 5.5-pound little furball. What? Why are you biting at my hand, huh? Something you want? Is it attention? Is it to be annoying? Is that what you want? You want to be annoying? Because you're being annoying. Ow, ow, ow. Your claw is in. Thank you. Did I end up getting Raft? No. The Corsairs are very difficult. And they are the bane of my existence. Revive Fig. Oh. Get rid of the fire cherry for that. Pretty much the Corsairs very easily manhandle you. So it's part of the reason why I was starting to do this quest, because I felt like, god damn it. I felt like I was under-leveled or not properly equipped with everything that I needed to actually deal with them. So I was like, oh, I'll just go deal with Elliston and, you know, see about saving Davenport's wife, I guess, before going to go deal with them again. Egg on my face, huh? Okay, I'm going to stop picking those up because I keep getting things I need to... you know, actually... Come here. I'm gonna beat your face in. Haha, you got stunned. Keeps making me think of Mankirk's wife from WoW. God, I remember that. How dare you, Plexi? How dare you make me have a good memory of the oldie days of World of Warcraft? How dare... Cat, don't you dare fucking wrestle that. That is not a toy. That is my wire. Hey, Mrs. Davenport. Are you wanting to get stabbed in the heart, or are you wanting to go home to somewhere safe? Didn't want to come back here. Let's get this over with and see what we can find. Wait, look. There's someone up ahead. Excuse me. Are you alright? Why are you still here? Who are you? Why did you come here? A vampire. Here? New blood should be turned away from here. When I'm here, the cravings stop. The Lord keeps the darkness at bay. Cravings? You mean blood? Are you? You should do a stream where all exercise redeems are a fifth of their usual price. No! I don't want you bullying me into doing 1,000 squats. Are you blood-starved? If you've been a new blood for more than a few days and you haven't fed yet, God, you must be on the verge of insanity. No matter how much the enemy wishes, I will not drink the blood of another. I will keep as much of my mind as possible, even if my body suffers for it. Gods, you must have incredible willpower to have held out this long and to have held your faith. Wait, then are you... Do you know Davenport? Davenport, my love. You know of him? Is he alive? You're his wife. This isn't good. Davenport isn't going to want to hear this. He's alive. Thank God. So glad he made it. Yes, he survived. He was worried about your fate, so he came to find you. He cannot see me like this. I have tried to end my own life, but this body simply heals itself. Please do not tell Davenport that I am like this. Just tell him I died. And please, end my suffering. Please do not allow this to continue. I will give you my necklace, so please bring it to Davenport. Are you certain? If you've lasted this long, maybe there's hope. You could find a cure for vampirism. If I love someone like this, he would only suffer. I do not wish that for him. I cannot force you, but please, have mercy. Please just end this. Power attack! Oh. Sorry. I wish there had been another way. We should get back. Davenport, he'll be waiting. You need to burn the body just to be safe. You're back. Did you find her? Davenport, I'm so sorry. I found this, but no more. It's her necklace. I'm sorry, Davenport. You're hiding something. There's no way you could have known this was hers. But if you're not telling me, you must have a reason. I will not ask any more. Done what I asked and more. I suppose I should be thankful. Take this. I cannot keep it. Oh. Let's just stay with you. Why are you giving it to me? It's enough for me to have seen it. Holding it is simply too painful. You've given me something more than valuable. The necklace is not important. Do what you want with it. Keep it. Sell it. I don't care. It is yours now. And thank you. I will not forget what you've done for me. And for my wife. Yeah, Star, I'm not putting all of the things at a fifth of the usual price just so you can bully me. Especially if Chaos was here. They would cause chaos. The girlfriend doesn't want to do dishes. But that's just how it is. Okay, so big HP boost, defense boost, and resistance boost. Ooh. But evasion goes down for pretty much all of them. Yeah. I think that's a good trade-off. Okay, save. Save twice. Let's see. So I've got a couple of oranges, a few revived figs, a warp nut, a couple of grapes, iceberry. Store all my gold. Store. Oh, this is weapons only. Okay. Oh. Oh, I forgot I threw some stuff in here. Okay, so store this. Store this. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take you. Take you. Alright, so alright. Save once again. Let's see if I can take on the Jagged Lagoon, because that's literally the last place I need to go. Save Raphael and his stupid hat. Alright, here we are. Looks let's look around and see if we can find Raphael. Now, this is also what I meant by, like, you know, kind of annoying already to have, like, item loss and then have to go through the cutscene again, because it's like the 6th time I've seen this cutscene. Raphael, it's me, Donatello. No, Raphael, it's me, Damien. If you want to, you can press and hold C. The dialogue will skip. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I had forgotten about that. Thank you for telling me about that. And Damien confesses his love, and then convinces us to help him. And of course we're going to help him. It's a message at the start of game 4, but very brief and not well timed. Yeah, but you got to also remember, that was like 3 weeks ago, so... Protect the stock. Alright, so... I should be able to easily deal with... What if I wasted that one overdrive, now that I think about it? I probably wasted that one overdrive. Well, I'm going to see if... Because dealing with the normal pirates is relatively okay. It's the Corsairs that hand me my ass. And as much as I like my ass, I don't really like it being handed to me. So, hands off my ass. It's my ass. So all up as we can. Skills. No. That's right. No. Don't need to use any of those. Because I want to save all of them for dealing with the Corsairs. Because I don't even know what the fighting the fucking captain's like. Oh, you Healy son of a bitch. Do you mind, cat? I forget, how many of these pirates do I actually need to kill? Because I imagine there's like a set number that I'm supposed to kill before the event progresses. This is also what I meant by, like, just kind of like powering through using just your attacks and not using your skills. Put it back. There we go. Because I don't want to use my skills until I get to the Corsairs, because otherwise I won't have my skills to deal with the Corsairs. Instead, maybe that's too much? No. Well, maybe. I'd probably put it down to, like, 7 or 8. Shit. Ico was the best smugglers. I'm sorry. Oh, right. Give me your stuff. Alright, real quick. Grape. Grape. I don't need either of you. Incoming ad in 2 minutes. Alright. Get ready. These guys look serious. Item. Just gonna go ahead and open up with a shock bomb. Skill. Brawl. Skill. Shield. So that way I can mitigate down how much damage I take, so that way I don't take as much damage. You healed, you son of a bitch. How dare you? Don't you know you don't get to heal? That's for players. Oh, you just had to say the magic number of 10, because apparently now I gotta do 10 squats. Well, I will get to that as soon as this combat is over, Star. Whenever this combat ends. Golly. Is it also 10 Corsairs that you gotta kill? Oh, ads are going. Or it says ads are going. I don't know if they're actually going. They're retreating. We've done it. Okay, cool beans. Ooh, got a hasty axe. Alright. Ads are over. Battle's over. Gotta do my 10 squats for Star. Oh. Remember, feet forward. Keep your back straight. And also, you gotta go all the way down. Your knees should never go past your tips of your toes. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I will have my revenge. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Oh, I haven't had to do squats in a good while. Oh, my legs. Oh. Alright. God damn it, Olaf. Wait. Did you get the Corsairs? Awesome. Yeah, I finally did. Just took a little bit of extra leveling. Damn it, Olaf. Edward. They were good men. But everyone hasn't shown up yet. There's still more fighting to be done. I know if we can hold out. We're just down to a few men. No, there's no running away now. Follow me. Take these. It's the best gear we've been able to find. Take it and use it to kill that son of a bitch. I'll wait for you at the dock. Ooh. Oh, I think that's good. Oh. Let's see. Evasion goes down. But HP, defense, and resistance go up. So, yeah. The cat is a dumbass. Just tackled her own reflection. Let's see. Edge buckler. Ooh. You definitely need a new pair of boots. Neutral shoes it is. Damien needs more healing. Well, third time's the charm, right, Raphael? I mean, at least if, so long as you survive, everything will be fine. Right? This is it. Whether we kill Vent Heart or not, we won't be able to hold out any longer. You've got to stay and fight until he shows up to take him out. You ready? Sure. Got this. Let's go, everyone. No one's down, but these guys are rested and uninjured. Don't take them lightly. More Corsairs. Let's see. See, she heals a little bit now that she's used her spells. But, yeah, might as well use this. That way he heals, or it mitigates out the damage that they would receive, or they don't receive as much. Pathetic weaklings, get out of my way. Do it myself. Alrighty. Guess who's getting a rush? You're getting an oil too. And then you are going to hit everybody with a firebomb. And you're going to just hit them straight fire. Power attack. And you are going to throw a shock bomb at everybody. You're in my way. Oh, they just replace immediately. Okay, never mind. Screw you guys, I'm not going to focus you, I'm just going to focus him. You're just in my way. There we go. It just took me to be slightly over-leveled, but I got him. Hot Halberd, Swift Mace, Hardy Brooch. I've got the loot. Oh, got him. And the rest of his crew, too. Cost was too high, though. Look, at least they're not vampires. They're just dead. You know, it could be worse. They could be vampires. Sorry. This shouldn't have ended this way. You're right. It shouldn't have. I told you we should have fled. Desmond. You got them killed. You've been playing things far too risky lately, and this is the result. You're not wrong, but what else could I have done? You know as well as I that there's no future for us in any of the holdings. I'm done, Raphael. I'm not following you anymore. What? You don't deserve to be the leader. It's only a matter of time before this ring got out of control. I'm not sticking around for you to get me killed as well. Everything I have is because of me. If not for me, you'd still be running away in that prison. That's right. So would Edward, Olaf, and Maiko. They wouldn't be lying dead at your feet. I'll give you 1 hour. Take whatever you want from here and leave. I'll bury my friend, and then I'm taking what's left. You mean our friends. I know what I said. Pray that I never see you again. See, I knew the first time that I met him, I didn't like him. I knew that. And you called me crazy. Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah, you told us to stay, but we all chose to follow you. You didn't force us. Look, I think Desmond is being a little harsh, but I kind of have to follow him. He's my older brother. Just go, Julian. Look, Raphael, you're all alone now. Your heart's a little broken, but hey, I got a castle. What do you want, Damien? Why'd you come back? Came looking for you, Raph. I could use your help. Yeah? What exactly am I supposed to help you with? Apparently I'm all good for getting people killed. That's not true, Raph. You're one of the most skilled men I know. And there's few people I trust more. We've got a hell of a job on our hands. We're going to need to stash some goods along the way. Nobody's better than that than you. You sound serious. Do you really come all this way just for that? We need you, Raph. I need you. Besides, where else are you going to go? Fuck you, man. You're really going to pull the whole what other choice do you have card? I just lost 3 of my best friends. You're going to guilt me into helping you? Guess I taught you well. What? Honestly, when I saw you walk up, I was relieved. I want out of here, man. Running the smuggling ring has been fun, but I haven't had a good night's sleep in years. So yeah, if you got a job for me, I'm all ears. Beats trying to make my own again. Sorry, Raph. Thank you. Don't get sappy. Let's get out of here. And that's how we got the gang all together. So you two were awfully quiet back on the beach. You just here for show or what? Damien said everything that needed to be said. I didn't think we had anything to add. You sure you want us to want to join us? It's like Damien said, I really don't have anywhere else to go. No offense, but that doesn't exactly inspire confidence. If you find somewhere else to go, what's stopping you from leaving? We need someone we can rely on. I guess that's up to you. I won't be going anywhere as long as I have a reason to stay. So let's talk business. What do you need from me? Well, like Damien said, we're building our forces. If we need someone who can help us manage our supplies, we need to be able to carry as much as possible out in the field. Do you can do that for us? Maybe. Yeah, I think I can do that. But I'll work for free. You think you can pay my rates? Make sure you're paid. What's your asking price? About how much you need. Tell you what, I'll keep things cheap to start, but as needs grows, so will my price. Fair enough? Deal. We've got a storage room on the main floor to keep. Feel free to set yourself up when you're ready. Sounds good. Come see me when you're ready to give me money. Alright, looks like we got a good crew. So, now we need a plan. We need to get Brutus back. Where do we start? We need information. We need to find out where he's been taken. First things first. You've been holding out on us. You know more than what you've stared. Before we go any further, I want to know, who are we fighting? All of you said that your friend was taken by vampires. You haven't said more than that, but I can tell you know more. We're gonna fuck Dracula. Figuratively. Maybe literally. Apparently we're fighting a myth. We're fighting Dracula and his father. Dracula, father of mercy. Whew. Hey, no, not everyone at one time. Hold on. Just calm down here. Sounds a bit unreal, I know. It's a bit hard to explain. Why don't you start with what we saw? Sure. I guess it's a good place to start as any. So yes, we're fighting Dracula. We cleared this place out, and as we left the tower, we saw him and his father facing off against Brutus. He didn't stand a chance. He was taken down in moments. How do you know what you saw was Dracula? As Mel said, he's nothing more than a myth. I'm not sure what I could say to make you believe me. It's not easy to answer. I guess the first question is, where did vampires come from? Does anyone know? There are creations of devil, worshippers of the Dark Prince who sold their souls for power. Surprisingly, you're actually correct. Probably. There isn't any concrete answer to that question because no one really knows. But considering vampires can command the forces of hell, it stands to reason. But even that isn't a full answer. To our knowledge, there are no pure vampires. That is, vampires that got their power directly from the devil or hell or whatever. All vampires that we know were humans that got turned by another vampire. So that begs the question, who was the first vampire? If every vampire came from another vampire, who was the first? Maybe they first got their power from the devil, but who was that person? Do you think it was Dracula? All the stories come from somewhere. Maybe the origin of those stories actually came from reality, and just got twisted into mythology as time went on. Regardless, call him what you like. Dracula, Fred, whatever. His name is irrelevant. We're facing the founding vampires. That much is certain. It's about as good an explanation I could have given, but you've left something out. There's a pretty big difference between a founder and a lord. When Brutus was taken, there were 2 vampires. Only one of them fought, and he seemed like the weaker one, but just barely. Just at a glance was all it took to immobilize Brutus. When entities become powerful enough they can subdue mortals through sheer force of will, lords aren't power enough for that. It takes near god-level power to achieve that. The other vampires seemed even stronger. Thanks you, Plexi, for the 20... Oh, wow, the 25 girls. Oh, 15, 20, 25. 15, 20, 25. 5 girls. Oh. Oh. I will have my revenge on you, Plexi, don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, that's been the best gift. The funny thing is, girlfriend gave me 1 set of these adjustable weights for Christmas one year. And then when she found out that only 1 set came, and how much she paid for just 1 set because she thought it was both sets, she immediately turned around and for Valentine's Day bought me the other set. But she got very upset with me because she saw me looking at them one time and she was like, "No, don't buy another set." Just his presence alone was enough to absorb the light around him, almost like a negative aura. The one who fought was likely Dracula. They referred to each other as father and son, so that would have made the other one Vlad. Come across vampire lords before, but thankfully I've never had to fight them. Still, I could tell they weren't anywhere close to as powerful as the 2 we saw that day. There's no question, they were the founding vampires. I remember hearing stories in my early days from other people involved in the underworld. Criminal, not spiritual. Stories of entire towns being wiped off the map. Stories of rivers of blood. From all the information I could find, the stories seemed to trace back to 1 or 2 people at most. I thought of it as the most elaborate cover-up I'd seen. Never thought there was actually some truth behind them. Now I'm not so sure. The attack on Elliston was the doing of Dracula, or at least it was on his orders. The vampire we killed at the cathedral confirmed that. So that's the story. It's a bit unbelievable, but I trust Lionel and Damien. If they say that thing was Dracula, I believe them. So now we need to get Brutus back from them. Does anyone have any ideas as to where to look for them? Certainly not what I expected, but if this information that you need, you may know where to go. You will want to speak to the former spymaster of the king. I do not know his name, but I know where he is. Damn, man. How did you land such a connection? Even I'm out of the loop on that one. Made many deliveries to the palace before. I've also fulfilled supply requisitions from the spymaster, and I know his signature. When the king took the throne, the signature changed. I believe the spymaster left the service of the crown. However, I also made deliveries to the tavern past the shrouded peaks. The signature on the shipping orders matches the one from the former spymaster. There's a narrow pass that gets much travel, as is the only way to cross the mountains. The tavern rests in that pass. I'm certain that information is shared there. Seems like a dubious connection at best. I can be sure it's the same person. I'm certain. Guess it's worth checking out. May not find the former spymaster, but definitely it sounds like a place where information would be passed around. Well, more to the point, we don't really have any other options. We have no information at all, and not even a clue as to where to look. What emote is that? Oh. Oh, it's Fry yelling for goo. Fry and their goo love. So this gives us something, at least. Exactly. If nothing else, it's a place to start. Alright then. We're off to the Shrouded Peaks. Everyone get your things together. We'll leave as soon as we can. Save. Whew. What about you? Dora, keep watch. You can play in peace. How about I throw you from the highest part? Would you like that? That's what I thought. So let's go. I saw goo. And considering how much you guys were talking about gooping last night, yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Save twice. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to... No. 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 It's down here? Oh, it's over there. Jafar, move out of my way. Oh, ads are going. Alright, the ad should be ending for everybody. Alrighty. Welcome back, everyone. I believe the ad should be over for everybody. So this is where you can actually increase your items, which is great. It would have been great earlier in this... Ooh, kitty, you silly dingus. Would have been great earlier on, but no, I had to be broke. Oh, no. Take gold. Increase capacity for the items, because that's the biggest one. I can only increase it by 2. Oh. Okay. I will be honest, I can't go on much longer because I have to work in the morning. But still, everyone, I do greatly appreciate all of you stopping by, making me stream just a little bit longer. I'm always good for that. Normally, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for 2 to 2.5 hours. Generally, I stream RPG Maker games and essentially help go through, give feedback, and also kind of showcase them as to their individual uniqueness. For now, I am holding off on Thrall. I'll probably play a little bit off stream, but for the most part, I've just got a review for it that I need to brush up. But for all intents and purposes, Strack, if you're still here, it's a solid 4 out of 5. Like I said, those are the only 2 things that I could think of. On Wednesday, we'll be tackling Plexi's Nightmare Arena once again. And then Thursday, we will be tackling... where is it? Meta Revelations Armor of the Abyss, which was also made by the RPG's community Zephyr. And then Leyline Chronicles is after that. It will be on Monday, as in 7 days from now. But yes, ladies, gentlemen, you wonderful Technicolor rainbow, both inside and out of that spectrum, thank you all for coming. I always greatly appreciate each of you. If you can, join me again next week, and once again, as we look at other RPG Maker games. And once again, suggest to me RPG Maker, or just RPG mechanics that you have seen both in indie games, AAA titles, and so on, to where you feel like the mechanic was either done well or done poorly, so that way we can talk about it on our next Dev Talk. So keep that in mind, and as always, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.